Our next speaker is Tatiana Baltensperger. She lives in Zurich now, and she's the captain for the Team Ocean Spirit rowing the Atlantic team. So I will hand over to Tatiana, and thank you very much. It's great to have you here.
No, I have it here. But just give me a help how it works here. Okay, next back. Okay, yeah. Easy. Seems to be easy. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much to KYON that you invited me here. It's a big honor. Yeah, I will talk to you about the adventure I was privileged to be part of in 2019, to cross the Atlantic with the first Swiss women team. And whenever people get to know about this project, very soon the answer comes, the question comes, how does this work? 4 women, or let's say four persons on a rowing boat for 45 days. Does this work? Yeah, it works. Just to take the answer in advance. It worked, we did it. We did not everything well, and we learned a lot. I learned a lot as a captain, and let me talk about what we learned and about our experiences. First of all, some information about the challenge. It is a race, it's called Talisker Whiskey Atlantic Challenge. It takes place every year. 2019 was the 15th edition. We had 36 teams at the takeoff from all over the world. There were teams of 5, 4, 3, pairs and solos. As I said, we were a team of 4 women. It's from La Gomera to Antigua, the Canary Islands, is the takeoff in San Sebastian. And I got into this project from a completely other way. These 4 guys, they are the Swiss Motion. They are the first Swiss team who crossed the Atlantic. The blondie there is my son, my first son, Luca. And that's how I got involved in this project, as a mom supporting these 4 great guys, quite chaotic ones. When they were at the takeoff in San Sebastian, they had a lot to do before they could take off. So they were not very well organized, but they did it very well. They did it in 30 days. So they nearly smashed the world record. The world record was 29 days and 18 hours, something like this. So they came in 3rd, just after the team Antigua. Yeah, they were really something. For me, it was just as supporting my son and his colleagues, his best friends. But when I arrived there in San Sebastian, in La Gomera, and I came into the harbor, it was like a smash. I arrived and I saw these boats, and I just had the feeling, wow, I would jump in a boat like this and just row the Atlantic. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about seamanship, about navigation. I don't know how to row, but that was the feeling. I would like to do it. But I didn't talk to anybody, so for the moment. Then when these guys arrived in Antigua, and we sat together on an evening, and they started to talk about selling the boat. I just said, hey guys, before you sell this boat, just let me know. And they looked at me, and the reaction was quite funny, because one said, what, Tati? And the other one said, don't do it. I tell you, you don't want to do it. You don't want to go through this. And the third one, he said, yes, go for it. And my son, he just said, look, Mom, I'm sure you can do it. I have no doubt, but just choose the right people to do it. Because I went with my best friends, I started with my best friends, and I arrived, and they are even better friends. They are still very close together. And this is how you have to do it. So the next step was to talk to let's say let's say first something to this. Yeah, I think it's always the same, and probably for everybody, I don't know, but I can talk about myself. When something hits me deeply, then I know this is my thing, I have to do it. And this is the first feeling. And after a while, many other feelings come like, yeah, but you know, you're working 100%, you have your family, you have this and this and this and this, and actually it doesn't really fit in your life, what you want to do. Yeah, so I talked to my sons. I have 4 of them, here they are. And it was quite touching what they told me, because they told me exactly the same things I used to tell them when they were little. Whenever they came up with, yeah, Mom, you know, I would like to do this, but I don't know if I can. And I used to say, look, just go for it. If you feel you have to do it, go for it. And the fact that you dare to do it makes you already to be a winner. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do it perfect. And even maybe you find out by doing it that it's not your thing. That's perfect. But when you feel you want to do it, just do it. So that's what they told me then. They said, don't listen to the skeptic voice, Mommy. We are very proud of you and just go for it. We will support you. And that's what they did. And that was naturally a very nice situation for me. So now about the team. I'm not going to tell you how you have to run your teams, for sure not. I'm just talking about my experiences with these 3 ladies. 4 completely different characters, 4 completely different worlds we come from. One is a nurse, one is a skydiver instructor, one is a handcraft woman, and I'm a teacher for handicapped children in a high school in Eglisau, close to, between here and Schaffhausen. So different worlds, completely different characters. We had a perfectionist on our boat. It's not always easy. We had a very humoristic clown on board that was perfect. She used to cheer us up many times. We had a very skeptic person on board. So it was a mixture of just of what we know how human beings are. It's not about what is good and what is bad. It's about how can we fit it together. And that's what we tried. I would like to just a second. I would like to show you a little video because I think it will give you just a little bit of the atmosphere we had out there. For me, it was fantastic. It was unique. I put some informations, those informations everybody asks us whenever we talk about the project. So, enjoy just the next some minutes.
On ira écouter Harlem au coin de Manhattan, on ira rougir le thé dans les souks à Amman, on ira nager dans le lit du fleuve Sénégal et on verra brûler bomber sous un feu de Bengale. On ira gratter le ciel en dessous de Kyoto, on ira sentir Rio Bart au cœur de Janeiro, on lèvera nos yeux sur le plafond de la chapelle Sixtine et on lèvera nos verres dans le café Pushkin. Oh, quelle est belle notre chance aux 1000 couleurs de l'être humain, mélangées de nos différences à la croisée des destins. Vous êtes les étoiles, nous sommes l'univers. Vous êtes la grain de sable, nous sommes le désert. Vous êtes 1000 pages et moi je suis la plume. Oh, 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 oh. Vous êtes l'horizon et nous sommes la mer. Vous êtes les saisons et nous sommes la terre. Vous êtes le rivage et moi je suis l'écume. On dira que les poètes n'ont pas de drapeau, on fera des jours de fête autant qu'on a de héros. On saura que les enfants sont les gardiens de l'âme et qu'il y a des reines autant qu'il y a de femmes. On dira que les rencontres font les plus beaux voyages, on verra qu'on ne mérite que ceux qui se partagent. On entendra chanter des musiques d'ailleurs Vous êtes les étoiles, nous sommes l'univers. Vous êtes le sable, nous sommes le désert. Vous êtes mille pages et moi je suis la plume. Oh 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 oh. Vous êtes l'horizon et nous sommes la mer. Vous êtes les saisons et nous sommes la terre. Vous êtes le rivage et moi je suis l'écume. Oh, 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 oh.
Bei Kaffee und Kuchen.
Qu'importe là où je vais, tant que j'ai l'audace de tenir la main de l'autre pour aimer le temps qui passe. Dans tout ce que je fais, la rage et l'amour s'embrassent. Qu'elle soit mienne ou qu'elle soit vôtre, la vie nous dépasse. Que vendrá, yo escribo mi camino sin pensar dónde acabará. Dans mes joies, dans mes peines, dans mes choix, dans mes larmes, je laisse aller mes sentiments. Au mieux on écrit son chemin comme on se soigne pour aimer indifféremment sur les sables mouvants d'un passé. Je me raccroche à celle que j'aime, prenant soin de chaque seconde. Les amours font soin d'elles-mêmes.
Kampf der Giganten. Ocean Rowing, die neue Sportart, Martial Arts. Unser Gegner, die Welle. Und König hat wieder nasse Füße.
Si me pierdo es que ya me he encontrado y sé que debo continuar. Puisque nous sommes ici sans savoir ce qui nous attend un peu plus tard. Laissez parler mon instinct me guérit.
Wir rufen ihn an und gucken, was er sagt.
Tout cela est bien trop court. J'aimerais jusqu'à mon dernier jour, jusqu'à mon dernier souffle de vie. Que vendrá, jusqu'où j'irai, j'en sais rien. Sin pensar, sans penser à demain. Que vendrá, escribo mi camino. Si me pierdo es que ya me he encontrado y sé que debo continuar. Que vendrá, escribo mi camino. Si me pierdo es que ya me he encontrado y sé que debo continuar. Si me pierdo es que ya me he encontrado y sé que debo continuar.
Yeah, so this is just a little possibility to show you something just very unique for us. People often ask me, weren't you scared? What was the most difficult thing? What was for us the most difficult? What was the nicest thing? What was the strongest feeling? So the strongest feeling, to be honest, overall, was gratitude. It was just being thankful for this opportunity to go with the elements, to stay out there for a month or even more. We didn't know 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. This was the feeling I had in advance, and this was what I had when I was there, out there. And I felt like a micro mosquito, and in the same time I felt like being connected with the whole nature with the whole universe. It sounds a bit religious. It's not about this. It's just about this amazing feeling being connected with this nature and with these elements. Yeah, so what did we learn as a team? We were a team. We didn't know how to row before. No one of us was seaman or into navigation or something. So we didn't know that much. I didn't know these ladies before the project, so we had 18 months to get to know each other. That was quite a disadvantage from my side, I think. It's for me, how I work, it's much better to know people a long time when you go with them. But this is the reality. We don't work with people. We're in a team where with best friends all the time. So what did I learn? When that happened, went out there, someone really got on my nerves. It helped a lot when I just focused on this lady probably gives its best, and at the moment she just can't do it better. So just shut up and row. And that helped quite well. So, or when in the night shifts, I don't know if you realized it, we had shifts like 2 hours off, 2 hours on. So we rowed 2 hours, and then we had a break of 2 hours. And this 24 hours, 7 days, and 45 days. So we ended up by being quite tired. I lost 13 kilos in 45 days, so it was quite exhausting. And in the night shifts, that was the hardest part. So when the alarm went on and I knew now I have to get up, and I really didn't want, quite often to all of us it happened that we just didn't even hear the alarm. So the other one had to knock on the edge and, hey, Tati, hey. So that's what happened also to me. But as soon as you realize, oh, I have to get up, and I really don't want to get up, but you think of the other lady out there, she's rowing already 2 hours in the middle of the night, so get up and just give her rest. She deserves it. So in like feeling empathy for each other, that helped us a lot, and this is something we did quite well. Not always, but quite often. Flexibility is another thing. If I go out there and I have a fixed plan how things have to be, if I want to have it perfect, or if I want to have things done just in this way, the chance is pretty big that I get disappointed, that I get grumpy, that I get unhappy with myself maybe, or also with the other team members. So flexibility is a very important keyword for the whole thing. Yeah, as I said, we were not professionals, so it helped a lot whenever we managed to think about our own behaving and about the behaving of we as a team. And it was not about, or it worked very well when we ended up in the discussions not by who did the fault, what was the mistake, who is guilty and who is not, who did right, who did wrong. When we left all these things apart and we just focused on how can we solve this problem, and how can we go on, and how can we avoid to do the same problem again, then we did well, and then we got forward. Yeah, competence. As I said, we went out there, we went to the takeoff, we had only 18 months to get ready, to do the whole project, the whole preparing, raising the money and everything, buying the boat and. So we were not well prepared. This is something I really can recommend. We were very lucky. We had a perfect boat. Nothing really serious broke, because we wouldn't have known how to fix it. The little things we knew, and this is what happened. The little things broke and we could fix it, so everything went fine. But we were lucky. And for the next time, for sure, I think it's worth that everybody of the team knows everything, and that we can change roles, that we can help each other in every work that could be done or could have to be done. So the next point is one of my really very important things I learned about. If I don't like how my teammate in front of me rows, if I don't like the rowing style of her, I have two possibilities, or maybe, but either I just go and tell her the whole trip, hey, you please row in another technique, do it in another time, or it could be something that we just change places, for example. And this is what I mean. By changing the perspectives, I get the chance to see the problem from another way and from another point of view. And but that everyone has to be ready to get up and to be. If one person just stays there and says, no, I don't agree, but I stay on my position, this is, it gets quite difficult. We had some situations like this, and so for me, I think this is one of the very, for myself, very basic things I would check next time with another team if I do something where we really have to rely on and where there is no escaping possible, like here. So it's worth to choose, for me, people which are able to change perspectives or are ready to learn it. Solution talent. Yeah, as I said, it's about whenever we managed to put our energy in the solution and not in the problem, we solved the problem very fast. And we found very creative solutions. And it even was a joy to be in this process. It was not hard work. It was hard work, but we didn't feel it that way. We felt it like, okay, let's think together. Let's create together this solution. And that is, for me, it was a very impressive experience, how much energy is in this when the whole team is ready to give all the knowledge each person has and all the skills each person has, by character, by history you bring with, by whatever. So then it really works. Then it's a kind of spirit that is amazing, that is unique. Yeah, and then what we really loved is when we managed to get out of the problem, just to step back and to see it from the funny side or from the unique side and laugh about it and not take the whole thing extremely serious. Whenever we arrived on that point, we did very well too. Appreciation, I think we did quite good. We could have done better. I think this is the booster in a team. And actually, there on the ocean, it's quite easy because whatever somebody else does means that you don't have to do it when you're not rowing. That gives you some minutes more to sleep, some minutes more to rest, and this is just like Christmas. So it is. These are the main points I take with me from this trip. So now I would like to tell you how it goes on in my future. When I came back, now I have to say something. This little lady up there on the top, this is Selina. I know her since she's born, since 34 years. She was the first person I asked to join me for the 2019 challenge, but she could not. And she said, look, Tati, I cannot come with you, but I promise you, when you do this challenge, I will be in Antigua and wait for you when you arrive. And she did. She was there with the whole family and with my sons. So, yeah. And then when I came back, like 2 months later, she called me and she said, Tati, what about the boat? Did your team sell already the boat? And I said, yeah, we try it. We are on it, but we haven't sold it yet. So she said, you know what? Because now I'm ready to go into this project. Would you come another time with me? And I was laughing and I said, okay, Selina, with you, yes, I do it. So to make this story short, we We will do it, I will do it the second time at the end of next year. We are already in the preparation, so this team here is my new team, the Ocean Spirit. The lady beside the boy is Tammy. She is the sister-in-law of Selena. And the guy there is my second son, Levin. So actually, he said, you know, Mom, in case you don't find the perfect fourth woman, just let me know, I will join you. And I went to Selena and Tammy and said, hey, listen, Levin just said he would come with us in case we don't find the lady that fits in our team. And they said, what, Levin? We will not look for another lady, we take him. He is our tour, he's the best guy we can find, we take him. So that's how it ended. It ended like a family team. And no, it didn't end. This was just the beginning, because so we bought this boat from the old team. This boat is on the Zurich Lake right now. It is in Kilchberg for all those, before I forget, for all those who intend to go tomorrow to visit Lind and Sprüngli fabric, the chocolate fabric. Just across the street is my boat, and I agreed with Yannick that I will put it on the right place, that so if anybody is interested to jump on the boat and have a look, you can do so. My son will be there and I, just to show you the boat and to go into the cabin and everything. This just in Klammer. So back to here. This is my new team. We are a non-profit organization. We raise money for our project, but first of all, we raise money for La Fondation Les Personnages. This is a non-profit organization which supports people with disabilities around Neuchâtel. They support more than 1,000 people every day, and from the kindergarten till the very old ones who has to be in an institution. We visit this organization, and we are very touched how they do the daily work, the daily life with those people. So all the money we raise, and we have plus, and after selling the boat, goes directly to Les Personnages. And what is very nice for us, what makes us very happy, the family team goes on. Let me check that. These guys there, the Helvetic Waves, they rent our boat. This summer we trained together. They will do the race at the end of this year. So Heidi, this is the last weekend where Heidi, our boat, is in the water, and then we take it out, we prepare it, and we put it in the container, and it goes to La Gomera. So for sure I will go to La Gomera just by plane, and to Antigua this year and next year. These 4 guys are also a family team, 3 brothers and a cousin. And another team came to us and rent the boat for 2024. These are twin sisters and a training colleague. They do ultramarathons together. And so we are this little team that started, we 4. Meanwhile, we are 3 teams together. We share our knowledge. Instead of compete, we help each other. We train together. We share the work, the huge work that has to be done. And this is a fantastic feeling. Yeah, so that's how it goes on in the next years. So what is going on here? Okay. These are our team principles. Just, it's about what I was talking about. And this is what we train. We train to change places. We train to have not a fixed mindset, to have a growing mindset, to see problems from the different side. We train to care about each other, to communicate in a way that, as every team has to do. I don't have to tell you all this stuff. We really put a lot of energy in competences, and we laugh a lot together. So I think with this team, we will have, we had already a very great time with the first team, and with this team, I think it will even top it. I will tell you later on then, at the end of next year. So this is my wish for you. I thank you very much for the attention, because my time is over already. And whenever you have questions, don't hesitate. I will be here for the lunch now. I don't know yet if I can be here for the dinner, but tomorrow at the Sprüngle, you will see me for sure on the boat. You can visit our website, our social media. You can contact me whenever you have questions, or right now, or during the lunch, yeah. Thank you very much for your attention.
Well done, thank you very much. And firstly, congratulations.
Thank you.
Secondly, you must be tired. Do you want to have a seat while we ask some questions?
It's okay, shall I? No, it's okay. Any questions?
Yeah, we will definitely take some questions. I thought that was both inspiring and terrifying, so well done.
Thank you.
So we'll take some questions. I'm going to prioritize the questions remotely. We do have one. Oh, no, it's not a question, it's a comment. Very impressive, thank you.
Thank you.
So we do have one question in the room, so
yes.
please feel free to have a seat if you want to.
Thank you, yeah.
A few questions.
Okay.
Seasickness,
Yeah.
was that a big problem, and how did you overcome it? And had you been on the water before? Had you ever?
Yeah, I'm a kite surfer and I love the sea. Since I learned to swim in the sea when I was 3 years old. So sea is one of my elements. I really love it, but I don't know anything about seamanship or sailing or things like that. Okay, seasickness. Yeah, we had it, the four of us. We had all these plaster. What's the name of plaster behind the ears?
Oh yeah.
I think I got sick mainly of this, because of this. One of my sport doctors told me, Tati, you have to try it out first, but I did not. So, yeah, I don't know if I was vomiting because of this or because of the seasickness. We had it like 3 days, all of us, but it was not so bad. It was like you felt you have to vomit, and then you kept on rowing. So it was not like the really hard kind of seasickness that can hit you. We had another Swiss team was participating in the same race as we did in 2019, 2 boys, 2 guys, like this, and rowers. They rowed in several competitions during their childhood and so on. So they were really prepared, and one of them, he got hit by seasickness so badly that he had to quit the boat, and his colleague kept on going alone, and he did it alone, yeah. Yeah, this is another amazing story.
And what about, I mean, you had to eat a lot of calories, 4,000 calories, so that was adding to the risk of vomiting and losing it all as well, I suppose, was it? How did you, even eating that amount of food is
I know
hard.
it from when I go to the mountains or I do other sports, that you can easily be some days without eating that much. It's not a problem, as long as you drink. So I know my body in that way. So I had the tactic, I didn't eat that much the first 3 days. I drank a lot of water, and I was fine with it. I felt fine with it. And anyway, you are full of the adrenaline. You're just in the takeoff. You know, you go out of the harbor. There is no way back. So you're ready. Even if you're not ready, you are ready. So this is just something you don't feel you don't feel like I have to eat or something. And later on, then yes, later on it's you have to force yourself to eat. Because when the body is tired and after a shift, we just had our rituals. I knew, for example, in every shift I had to drink 1 liter of water at least. And after the shift, I had to take my plenty shake. And then later on, I started to eat real meals, like these dry food meals, the expedition food. And that went fine.
Okay, the last question. I didn't see any photographs of a person who could lose 30 kilos and still be standing up straight. How did you lose 30 kilos?
It's not 30, 13.
13.
13,
Okay.
13, not 30. 13.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic, awesome, savage.
Thank you.
Thank you. We do have a question from a remote person, which is, what will you do differently the second time than you did the first time? So what were your learnings?
Definitely be better prepared. Definitely. And we have to, but because the rules from the organization, the Atlantic campaigns, they change every year a little bit because they adapt by the experiences they make with all the athletes. So on the time my son went, they had like 90 hours just on the water as a team. This was one rule. They had to do it before, to train 90 hours before you are allowed to go to the takeoff, for example. I mean, there are hundreds of rules, but this is one. So when we went, it was already 120 hours. We had to train together. And now, from this year on, from this 120 hours, there are 72 hours you have to be on the sea as a team. In the boat, you go to the takeoff. So this summer I went with this team already to Holland, and we trained there on the sea. And yeah, it's another thing. And this is what I wanted, that my team gets the experience. Yeah. So this is one thing. The other thing is, we have it already, get to know each other better. This team is something different because I know my son since he's born. I know Selena since she's born. Tommy, I know since 7 years. They know each other all life long, nearly. Not Tommy, but the other twos. They are like brother and sisters. So we are, this is a completely different way of how we handle to each other. We know where, don't push here because Levin, if you push there, it's not a good idea. But with Selena, you can push there. She laughs. So these little things, it's worth to know about each other.
Yeah, thank you. The next question is one that I guess you probably get asked quite a lot. Were there moments when you just wanted to give up and abort the journey?
No, because you cannot. There's nobody there who says, oh yeah, Tati, you want to get off the boat, so come, I will bring you home back to your nice apartment or something. No, there was not. There were difficult situations when we didn't. When the team atmosphere was not good. This was difficult for me. I don't like it. I like to solve the problems immediately. But as I said, we were different characters and there were different personalities with other habits. So this was not always possible. It was not always possible just to sit and say, hey, okay, let's talk this to the end and find a solution right now. So these were the difficult parts for me. But we have also to say we didn't have a serious problem like the Swiss Motion. They had a problem with their rudder, and then they had to put the second rudder, the second steering rudder, and this didn't fit. So that was a serious problem. We didn't have these kind of problems. Yeah, we lost like screws or things like that, but not big. We didn't have big issues. So yeah, no.
Well, I hope that stays the same for the next attempt.
Yeah.
We have a question in the room, so let's take the question.
Yeah, we did not row anymore. That was fantastic because we had these 35 knots from the right direction. It means from behind. So what we really had to, and we were very focused and very concentrated on keeping the boat in the right direction. So that means autopilot, like 2 degrees up, 2 degrees down, 1 degree up, like every second minute, like this. And the oars we put here, we were sitting like this. We had the oars out there, so we had 4 oars that helped us to go forward, and we went forward like with 7 knots or something. So that was great in the end. It was not so exhausting. We could eat and drink all the time beside doing this autopilot thing. and getting nervous if the boat was just turning around a little bit, or when you saw like, oh, okay, this is like the waves. But yeah.
But then you were sailing.
Yeah,
That's
don't
right.
let it say that way, because then we would be disqualified. No, this is allowed, but this is the only thing. Yeah, this is.
But you had no rollover.
Sorry?
Rollover means that the boat turned
No,
upside.
capsize. No, we not. There were other teams they did, but we not. No, we were lucky. We nearly did, but yeah, we have a great boat. Let's say it that way. Yeah.
Wow, incredible. I think we've got time for one more quick question from the internet, and then we'll break for lunch. So it's a very quick question. What do you think about checklists?
Oh, they're very important, and thanks to our perfectionist lady, we had these checklists, because I'm not this one. So I was very thankful that she did this. Sometimes it was a bit too much, because she wanted to checklist for everything, but the good thing is we had the important checklists. Yes, we had them, and that was great, and it's very important. It's also, you have it anyway, you have it on the radio when there is when you have a big problem, you have the checklists, and you are obliged to bring them. But for all the material, she made these checklists, for example, and that was great. So we knew exactly, in this hatch, this is, well, what is in there? Yeah, this is in here. So, yeah.
So you're a fan of checklists?
No, I'm not a fan, but I'm very thankful that other people do it for me.
Yeah, okay, that's an important distinction.
Yeah.
Well, a round of applause again, please, for Tatiana.
Thank you.
For the people in the room, I guess you can talk to her at lunch. So.
The most dangerous situation was, actually our boat is in a construction that not very often the waves came over us. So most of the waves, they just passed by, and our boat did amazing, because she did just at the end when I said, oh, take care, a wave is coming, and then we were ready that we get wet, but then she did like her bump. She just turned at the last second, she turned it around, and we were kind of surfing. But it happened that we did not like this, so the boat came to this position, wind from this side, 90 degrees, and the wave from this side, so the boat makes like this. And you are ready that this capsizing is happening in any second. And so these were the most dangerous situations. And the first time when this happened, because we didn't have any experience on the sea, we didn't know what to do. So we tried like you do in a normal rowing boat, just to do it with the oars, but you cannot. You have to take a certain speed, and everybody who was already once on a sailing boat or something, they can tell you, but we didn't know. So we had to try, by try and error, what works. So the autopilot falls out, there is somebody who has to do the hand steering, and the others, they have to bring this boat in a certain speed that it can be steered again in the right position. So that was the most dangerous.
Thank you very much.